Hey there friends, it's Katherine, and I am back with a new installment of the interactive wheel card from Diamond Press. This is an Autoship product from HSN that Diamond Press released many months ago, and this is the next entry into it. This one has a boy and a girl in it. You'll see you get full color instructions. You got a wheel to let you line up where to put things so you can spin that little wheel. And I have a video of this, at least one of these I'll link to. You get two stamp sets as well with lots of fun sentiments. And then there also are plenty of dies. You get the cutting folder if you have the Diamond Press machine. They always send you a new one, which is wonderful. And then you've got all of these components that you will use to die cut those shapes. Now you had to have the original wheel part, and so if you've got that, you obviously are on the Autoship and you will get these products as well. So I've linked the video to show you how this all comes together, and I'm going to I've run that through, and then there's also a little component that goes on the back that lets you put, it's kind of a tab holder, lets you put the wheel on there. So I just used a piece of patterned paper from my craft stash, and then I'm going to glue down this tab piece, but I realized that I wasn't paying attention. I need to make sure the tabs are not glued down because that's what holds the wheel. And so I'm going to flip that over and fix that little problem. Okay, so I'm going to let that set up, and then I'm going to move on to working on the wheel. So I went ahead, you use this little guide to stamp the turn. There's a word turn in there. So I stamped that, and then there's a wheel of the inside that has all of the sentiments. They give you all the instructions on the sheet so that you can have perfect placement every time, which is just genius to me. So I finished that off with some black ink, and then I'm going to peel that apart. I love that they give you the template. It makes it so easy. This card is really, really easy. You can make these very, very easily. So I'm going to pull up those tabs on the back, and then once I get those tabs through, I will push them back out, and that allows your wheel to spin. So now we can work on decorating, but I do need to add some foam to the back to pop my wheel up, and then you just need to take care not to stick it too close to the wheel or it won't turn. So I'm just taking an extra second to make sure that I didn't block the spinning mechanism of this project. Okay, and now I'm going to start decorating it. It comes with two different frames in here that cuts out the outside and the inside. So you could use it for this on the wheel, or you could just use it on a card. I colored the little girl and some presents and some balloons, and just had a good time. I love the present because they're two different sizes. There's a tall one, and then there's a shorter one, and the balloons are great. They include the streamer die. You can stamp and die cut this, or you can just die cut it. I decided to die cut this in a similar color to the balloon that I used to kind of keep that same tone going. Super cute. And then I also did this orange one, so I'm placing where I want to put it on the front, so I don't block anything except maybe just the string. Okay, so now I'm pulling out my foam pieces, my foam dimensionals, and I'm going to come back and layer my balloon onto that string, and then we will add the girl and the presents. And she's so cute. She turned out so cute. She was a lot of fun. And there's also a little boy in this set as well, which makes a lot of fun too. And I'm going to make a couple of other projects with these. I'm just going to make one card with the wheel. I just wanted to show you how quick and easy it is. But of course, you could use these on a lot of different projects. I colored a hat as well and die cut it. And I'm going to add that up on the left corner, and then I will add my presents and a birthday cake. Love the birthday cake. Oh, it is so cute. And I colored the flames with yellow. you could go back. I probably will go back and add a little bit of glitter glue to it, to those flames, because I just enjoy glitter glue on everything. Okay, now I'm getting ready to, I'm going to add this on there, but I decide that I want to add a little bit of this Nuvo Shimmer Pen. It doesn't really show up on screen great, but it just makes this beautiful subtle shimmer, and it makes those balloons sparkle even more. So I'm going to peel off the foam tape, taking care to make sure I get all the pieces off, and then I added it onto this darker kind of orange color, and you can see that it spins great. Alright, I'm going to move on to my next project. I decided to make a slimline card with this one. I'm using the triple square slimline card base insert, I guess you'd call it, from Stamps of Life. And when you cut this die out, you get the center pieces as well. So I chose to cut them again in white because I wanted to stamp some images on there. And I'm going to fill that slimline with these images. So I've got the little boy here, and I'm going to stamp. I just need just the top of him where he's going to be in that square. And I'm going to mask off my sticky grid paper just a little bit. No need in getting it dirty. And then I'm going to take the next piece. I'm also going to do a couple of more pieces and fill them all with white. And then I'm going to come back and color them. I did cut this paper. This white paper is from Alcohol Friendly Paper. I used a Copic paper, I think it's called Express It, that blends really well. So I just decided to use it. And it's a really bright white too. It is a super bright white. So very, very pretty on any project. And then the last one I'm going to stamp, and I'm just sticking this onto that sticky grid paper that I've referenced many times in videos. That is from Sizzix. I'm just getting the right present that I want to fit on there. I purchased that sticky grid for my stamp positioner. I purchased that from Hobby Lobby. That is where I find my sticky grid. And it's great because you can just stick your item on there and you don't have to really worry about it shifting. If it's and it stays sticky for a good long time. So now I'm going to pull out the confetti stamp that was on that one of the stamp sets, and I put it on a big block, but then I decided I need to go to a smaller block. I didn't want to get ink all over my edges, and sometimes when your block is really not the right size for your stamps, you can kind of push too hard and get ink on the edges. So I just decided to switch that out. I'm just going tone on tone. I've got some strawberry ink color, nice red ink color, same as the paper. So you get some interest, but it doesn't overpower your images that I want to color. Just adds a little bit of fun. And I love that stamp. It's so cute, the little confetti. I've stamped, and I'm gonna die cut the banner and this birthday boy frame that I'm gonna use. And I love, again, that frame cuts out the inside and the outside. I think I used the scalloped one. There's one that's scalloped, and then there's one with these kind of pointed edges, more like a pinked edge, I think you would call it. So I chose to use that one. And then I'm also running through that same die in blue, in this bright blueberry color, because I'm keeping everything primary on this one for sure. So now I'm just going to start coloring. And I've got this cute little boy. I'm using my Tri-Blend markers that are great. And I am working pretty quickly on this. Since it's hair, I wanted it to be a little bit messy. You know, if you've watched my videos, you know I'm not the best colorer in the world. I enjoy it, but I'm not the best. And I'm very impatient. But that's what I love about the Tri-Blends, is I can kind of customize it how I want. So I really wanted to have some texture in his hair, so I kind of kept it a little messy on purpose. And then I'm going to move on to this fair skin marker. These the portrait markers that they have from Tri-Blend, from the Spectrum Noir, I guess is the brand, are awesome for coloring faces. It gives the 3 shades. And it just makes it so easy to color every shade. It's wonderful. And then I'm coming in with a blue, and I'm going to add a little bit of the second shade in there, keeping it very simple. Okay, so he is the cutest. I loved the boy and the girl. They kind of look like teenagers to me in some ways. Okay, now I'm moving on to the hat, the party hat. And again, I'm coloring with a couple of my Copic markers that I had. And then I'm going to come back with a yellow. And I'm just going to use 2 of those, using just a little bit for shading. And I'm just shading kind of one side of it, very quick. And I'm letting the markers blend and do all the work for me. And then I'm going to finish filling my slimline with a present with a red bow, keeping with that red tone. And then I will come back and use a blue. I've got some blue-green markers. I think they're getting pretty dry actually. Now that I looked at them after I was coloring yesterday, I thought, these look kind of dry. So I probably need to get in there and re-ink some of my markers. And I'm trying to choose which color. It was between yellow and blue, but I went with the blue. So I'm just doing a very quick color on this with 2 colors. I probably used BG 13 and 15, I bet. I'm sorry I didn't write that down and I didn't show it in camera, but it's definitely blue-green. I decided not to do the same kind of that deep, deep blue. I wanted a little bit of blue, but a little contrast. So I decided to pick a blue that went with it, but just to give a little bit more interest. So it wasn't all the same. So I'm just going to finish that up. And that was quick and easy. And it turned out really cute. So I've got this same blueberry cardstock again that I chose to do in my card base, my Slimline card base, which is 8.5 by 3.5 is my card base. And then this Slimline die from Stamps of Life fits just perfectly on there. I'm going to add in, I'm just gluing directly onto the card. I'm not popping these up because I'm going to pop a couple of the other things up. So I wanted these to be flat. And then, and of course you could always die cut these if you wanted to. I just decided to just Stampin' color on this one and not use a die cut for that part. I'm going to use my little mini Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to pop that happy birthday banner up. And then I have to put, so I'm just trying to decide. I had a little bit of white space on the bottom of that present. So I'm just going to pop that up just a little bit to fill it in. And I was going to pop up the birthday boy, but I decided that frame is so small, it would be really, really hard to pop up. And it would be strange to have the frame flat and then the inside pop up. So I just decided to glue it down. I'm going to glue down that birthday boy piece first, and then I'll come back with my frame, and you can see how small it is. It has these beautiful little perforations in it too. Looks great. So that's it. A fun slimline for a boy. This next card, I'm going to use the Hero Arts, I think it's Wish Big is the name of it, background stamp. And I used one of their rainbow reactive ink pads. I got this months and months ago in a My Monthly Hero kit, card kit, and I have loved it. It's been a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of those Kaleidocolor pads that I had. I think that's what you call them. Many, many years ago. I mean, probably decades ago. That had multiple colors, and they were kind of ombre, or they had a fall one. Anyway, I don't know if any of you remember those. I still have some of those somewhere. I probably should pull out and use. I love an ombre or a rainbow effect. So off camera, I colored some more balloons and this little boy. And I wanted to just make a custom background with lots and lots of fun birthday stuff. And I'm loving that banner. So again, like I did in my first card, I am picking the ribbon strings. I did similar colors to what I colored with. So bright yellow, bright red, and kind of a mint green on that last one. And so lots of fun on that one. I'll have to trim this down just a little bit. My string was a little bit too long for this one. And I will just let that dry, and then I will trim that down. But I'm going to glue down my balloons again, pop those up for sure. And I just used alcohol markers on those, the same tri-blends that I've been using throughout. I colored all of these things with my tri-blends, except for the couple of things with the Copics. But for the most part, I used my tri-blends. I'm going to pop this last one up, and then I've got to do the banner, so I'm going with a little strip adhesive, foam adhesive, and I will peel that off and add that to the top. Trimming off this, and then I've got to glue down and pop up my little fella there. So I will add plenty of adhesive on there so it stands up nicely, and then on he goes on that fun festive background. Turned out really cute, and I had fun using that stamp. I think that is going to be a really fun stamp to do techniques with. You could emboss with it, you could stamp it and then watercolor it, you could brayer it with your, if you use Versamark, stamp it with Versamark and do like a resist. I think there could be a lot of techniques with that one. So I'm adding this to a piece of that mint green cardstock, and then I will add this onto a yellow, bright yellow sunshine card base. And that will be it on this card. So we've got 3 different things using that interactive wheel set. That was a lot of fun. The wheel set is so quick and easy, but you can use all these stamps and dies for so many other kinds of things, other cards. So I'm going to pull out the other 2 that I made. You've got that Slimline and then the Party Girl card. And that's it. I really enjoyed this set from Diamond Press. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will share and like what you see. And if you had a card that you liked best out of these 3, leave me a message in the comments. I always love to hear which one you liked best. Thanks again for watching and supporting my channel, and have a great day.